following day marked Princess Elizabeth's coming of age and a public holiday for Cape Town, the centre of worldwide rejoicings. Very appropriately, the Princess took the salute at a youth rally and thoroughly enjoyed a lively display. Climax of the occasion was the children's version of a familiar birthday greeting.
The young Elizabeth, accompanying her parents, King George VI, and her mother, Queen Elizabeth I. Here, reading a speech on the 21st birthday that coincided with her visit in South Africa. It is on this continent in Kenya, during her visit in 1952, where the young Elizabeth, a newlywed, got a message from her husband, Prince Philip, that her father, King George VI, has passed on.
The tragic news reached Princess Elizabeth and her husband while in Kenya, and the new queen left immediately for London. Sad homecoming of a young queen. The Atalanta was punctual, and bearing a message from the Queen Mother, the Duke of Gloucester entered the plane. And then, bravely concealing her emotions, Queen Elizabeth II emerged. With perfect composure, she greeted the Prime Minister and all who had come to meet her. Her Majesty graciously thanked the crew of the Atalanta, and only a few minutes after the arrival, she and the Duke of Edinburgh said goodbye to Mr. Churchill and left the airport for Clarence House.
The incident that completely changed her life. She was back at the southern tip of the continent again in 1995 during the presidency of the late former President Nelson Mandela, and setting her foot in Cape Town again, where she made a prophetic speech on her 21st birthday, returning to this country, now being a queen and the head of the Commonwealth. Former President Mandela also visited Buckingham Palace, and to Madiba, she was just Elizabeth.
The President of the Republic of South Africa and Her Majesty, the Queen.
The Queen later returned to South Africa during the Commonwealth Summit that was hosted by Madiba's successor, Thabo Mbeki, who was then a head of state of South Africa.
Mr. President, Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, President Mandela and Mrs. Graça Machel.
Mbeki also visited Buckingham Palace in the year 2000. Former President Kgalema Motlanthe met the Queen in 2009 at the G20 summit. Jacob Zuma, the former president, also met the Queen in 2010, while the current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, met the Queen in 2018. This is a tradition within the Commonwealth family to meet the Queen at the Buckingham Palace when heads of state and government are on the state visit to the United Kingdom. Sophie Mgwen, SABC News, Johannesburg.